Okay, segments of my thoughts. Okay, I did one on Never Have I Ever. I want to clear the air about group affiliation. I don't do shit like that. Haven't met people that I would want to, that I even felt like got me like that to even, and if I was to collaborate, it wouldn't be over no shit like what I discussed in that video. Okay. In this one, I want to discuss why I don't want to talk to, have any desire to connect with the past, family ties, all of that. I, a lot of times, was put in a position to observe things in my so-called family. And let's just say, as a child, there was so much that I recognized to be unhealthy, and the effects of it, to the point, once I became an adult, I just wanted to form a family of my own. I didn't trust anyone, and also I didn't want to put myself in situations where I would be tempted to respond in a way that wouldn't be healthy, or something I wouldn't want to, that, you know, just wouldn't make me happy, as far as character-wise. What I believe in, you know, my codes, my morals, whatever. So I didn't hang out with a lot of you, and I'm specifically talking to, you know, cousins I didn't really hang out with, nieces and nephews I didn't get to know, some of them because they didn't live close, but mainly because why would I have a relationship with you I don't have with your parents? To me, that type of dynamic is iffy. It's weird. I would want to love and honor and respect your parents, know what they want for your life, so that I can honor that if it's positive. You know, if they with the fuck shit, then I can't honor that. See what I mean? And then I can't be a part of your life like that. I never was given those opportunities for those that are younger than me, is who I'm speaking really to. So I didn't go after that. I didn't try to, you know, search for you all to find out what was going on in your life. A lot of times I would hear what was going on in your lives, whether it's a lot of flying overhead. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I guess they looking for somebody, I don't know. There was a lot of things that was coming back to me that sounded conflicting. I'm gonna just put it that way. You know what these things are if you are able to see this video, or if you're watching this, you'll understand what I mean if you're meant to. So when I would hear these things, it would make me want to keep my distance, not just because like, oh, so-and-so is doing this and so-and-so is doing that. It's like, I don't want to be a part of no fuck shit. I just don't. Like, I don't want to hurt anybody. Like, that's been my MO, okay? It's like, I can't add to your situation. I can't fucking help you or whatever, you know. And then also my position was the baby of my immediate family from birth. So, and some of y'all are around the same age as I am, if not just a little bit, you know, off, maybe 2 to maybe 5 years, some of you. So we kind of like were being raised up at the same time. And though I'm your aunt or I'm your cousin or I'm whatever to you, in a way society would dictate that I couldn't necessarily show up, and some of it I just didn't want to, because I didn't want to be put in any position to lead you all astray, to it's just certain things I just, y'all hate your own lives. I would hear about how they were so-called being played out by your parents. Whether that was true or not, I didn't know. Which also was an awkward position, hearing about somebody else's business and you don't even really know them like that, or you don't even know the parents like that, because things have been awkward due to family traumas, deception, X, Y, and Z. And so for you guys, I just wished you the best from afar. I'm not going to sit up and say sorry for not being there. No. I'm going to say that was the best I could do, was to not be a person in your life that was wronging you, advising you wrong, sending you to the wrong people. That was my fear concerning, the youth and our, I don't really claim it like that anymore, but in our so-called family dynamic. And I think that fear was valid. It's better to stay away and not interfere than to be a reason why, something is not going right in your world, My hope has been and will always be that you find your way to stability within and love yourself and heal yourself, that you can show up the best as you can in this world, because you are the gift when you show up like that. And there's nothing you've experienced that should keep you away from living your best life. I had witnessed too much. I also did not want my children to experience what I witnessed, so I watched them. Probably, I know too much because I was exhausted with it, but my thoughts at the time was, what were my options? It was just because I wanted them to have a childhood, at least where they could explore what I feel like children should explore, their creativity, stuff like that, or whatever. And I wasn't happy in what I had formed with another. And to bring people into that, me study trying to figure it out, I didn't feel comfortable with that either. So no, I wasn't bringing anybody to my house to, especially if I'm hearing that, fights and other stuff is happening at you all's house, true or not true, this is just what was being said. And you're not getting along, so like, why would I? It was just too much. So if you were wondering if I sent you any negative energy, no. If you're wondering me being, not so engaged in your life, was it because I thought the least of you? No. My way of loving was to not be a problem, if that makes any sense. And I didn't want any problems brought to me, if that also makes any sense. Not wanting more soul ties. It was already a fucking mess in the first place. A mess before I was born or thought of. So, you know, I'm not going to take on all those fucking burdens. But what I will say is that you're valuable for the ones that are innocent. That sound mean. I don't mean it like that. I'm talking to the innocent. Not talking to cousins and nieces, nephews, uncles, and aunts that been with the fucking fuck shit for the longest. I'm talking to the ones that truly deserve a fighting chance. That may have felt like I have felt like I don't have anybody. You're all that you need, and whatever needs to be added will come. Simple as that. Anything else is just an illusion to distract you from who you are, what you're getting to know about yourself, which is very valuable for you to be able to even move on. Please, if there's any investment, I would say invest in yourself. And I just don't mean topically. I mean getting to know yourself, asking yourself questions and allowing them to come to you about you. Why you think the way you think, why you feel the way you feel, why you do what you do, and not from a mean standpoint. So that's for y'all, okay? For the ones that I know have been playing in the dark concerning my energy, I've seen you in my dreams lighting candles, I've seen your little stupid plans. I don't care. Like, I'm not sitting up here thinking like the worst concerning you, but I ain't thinking the best either. Like, I do want justice. But what I've figured out amongst all of that is I had every right to abstain from you guys. Some of you I wished I never sat down to have no birthday meals with. Like, it was a waste of time. I could have been doing something else productive. I still don't want to talk to you. I don't care what your excuse was. I don't care who told you, whatever. A lot of y'all done had something against me since you knew of me coming here. No, I'm not a person that is without fault or a person that is squeaky clean. But what you're not going to do is just continue to try to make it seem like I was doing something to you all to try to hurt you. Especially when you constantly coming to me talking about your shit and me listening and really sincerely wanting to help. I felt disrespected so many times. And if you got pissed off by a text or a message that I wasn't gonna fuck with you anymore, compared to all the stuff that you've been doing in the dark, all the things that you've said concerning me and over my life, I'm talking about since I was a child and all this other bullshit, then you are as whack as they come. And I still don't feel anything. And I won't feel anything concerning you. And y'all can continue to do. I've said to God what I need to say concerning you. I'll never look at you the same again. And that's not coming from a mean place. It's not. It's coming from a, okay, I get it. You don't respect what I am. You never have. And even with all this manipulation of energy, I guess you never will. And that's fine. I don't need it. I'm not sitting up here having no sorrow over you. I've spent many days crying over the injustice of it all. And, you know, here I'm thinking my father was the issue alone. My so-called father, because I've never felt, we never got along. So that's that. And I see why I'm not of him. Though I may have, because who knows what's the truth now, come through him, or he was the so-called father figure in my life. But that man knew I wasn't of him. He spent a lot of his time trying to put his shit off on me. We'll just call it that. And whatever forces and whatever people, a lot of these men he associated himself with, that was fine with that being done to their own children. Spiritually, which manifested a lot of messed up shit in the physical, unfortunately. But he wasn't the only problem, and he wasn't by himself. And a lot of religion was to cover that up. You know, a lot of people calling on the name of Jesus, and of course not acting as such. We all know. Whoopity doo. My whole point is, I know this now. I'm not wondering about it. I know that I do know. Am I harboring over it? I try not to. But what I don't like is the fact that I'm supposed to feel some way about what you've done to me. Oh, yeah, we were sending energies to you since you were a child to collect off your energy, but yeah, it's your fault. Look, no, it's not. You're not gonna make me feel like it is. I'm not interested in this discussion about it. I would say I forgive you, but I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I have it, you know, when it comes to this. I just know, I accept it, that's what had been occurring for years. I accept the fact that it takes time to heal these things. I accept the fact that you're not my family, because there's no way you would be okay with doing such things to me and wanting it to continue to so-called hunt me in and continue to try to collect off of me in my adulthood. You had my childhood. It was a shit show. But you also don't want me to succeed or raise out of it in my adulthood, and you see me trying avenues, and you see that I want good things in life, and that I ain't talking about no perfection, but you see that I'm trying to follow a certain moral code, and the only thing you can do is try to hurt me when you think I'm down. That's some stuff that I know past that freaking clipboard to somebody else to sign up for it. I am not signing up for that, nor did I. But I accept the experiences because they are true experiences, and I am not the only one that has had shit to happen to them. We are witnesses to what you do in the dark. I wish I would have seen the way I see things now some years ago, even 5. But you know, God gives information when they see fit to give it, and for the purposes where I guess it needs to be placed, you know, it needs to be known that time. You know, to have people that were supposed to be your help be your enemies, and for nothing. I mean, even if you would have gotten everything I guess you wanted to get, I mean, whatever. And a lot of it seems, and I could be wrong, wanted to give yourself rid your conscience, I guess, of what you know you had signed me up for in the dark. I'll never feel any way about that. It's not for me to. You are responsible. Now, for my adulthood, I'm taking accountability the best I can, especially mentally, for what has been. But I realize even in that, people have been doing what they want to do, all while hoping that I didn't notice. Well, I've taken note. And I pray that karmic justice occurs, not just for myself, but the other people that it affected. Because I knew it was also children like me in my age group that was suffering as I was. And some greater. And some in ways, who knows. But yeah, I'll never feel any way about any of that, other than I just don't ever want to talk to you again. I don't need to go over anything. For you to use everything you had to sabotage my growth or my well-being. You know, some of you, I poured my heart out, and you thought of it to be a joke, and maybe you still do. I don't care. But at least I can say in my heart how sincere I was towards you. When I tried to get away from things, I wasn't offered the same thing I've offered others in the family. I wasn't given the same type of respect. I didn't want anything that was anybody else's. I for sure as hell wouldn't sit up there and gather up to try to take anything from you guys. It's not my way. I did petition on behalf of us all. I did do that. But that wasn't from a place of wanting anyone to necessarily fail. It was for healing. That's it. Maybe something could be done. But I realized there has to be an agreement. We can't agree, then it's just me putting something up in the air. God saying, do you see? It has nothing to do with that. People have their own choices that they make. And that was the hardest pill to swallow, was the fact that maybe this man that I thought was the issue, if he would just go away, if he would just stop sending out this negative energy and carrying it around and visiting us with it, and if he would just give to the woman that bore me for him, all of this psychology, yeah, he was definitely a problem. But what I've been shown, that other people I didn't even suspect that was doing things, it's just like, wow. Not even from his side of the so-called family. So it's been a lot of things, a lot of things that I didn't have any control over and wasn't even aware of, because a lot of you, I just don't mess with you like that. And on a positive tip, I don't be in your life and in your business like that. So how would I be aware that you're doing so much behind my back? And violating moral codes that I wouldn't do towards you. But a lot of y'all have done this with each other, so that's also why I didn't want to, be in your lives in a certain way. You can't get along in your own household. Why would I? It's just been so much. It has felt like a landmine of bullshit, and I've just been, for years I've been trying to tiptoe around, because I've had my own shit to worry about, and it's like my standards just, though not obtained how I wanted in my own life, I definitely didn't want to be in somebody else's life fucking up their shit. I don't feel like anybody with a truthful heart could say that concerning me. Yeah, Couture came over my house. She been fucking my nigga. She been doing this behind my back. She been showing up. She been asking for my car. She got money from me and ran off. You can't say all of that fucking shit. There's no excuse for the type of shit that evidently y'all been playing with in the dark against me. It don't even make sense. Yeah, she came over here and she done mess with my child. She done sit up here and done talk my child against me. No. A lot of times y'all just get pissed off at me for just speaking truths. It's just like, oh, she said that I need to stop such and such, and how dare this bitch. Okay. Then I don't talk to you, because it's like, I don't even want to know what you're doing. I don't even want to, like, oh, this bitch don't talk to me no more. I hate her. What? I just don't care what your excuse is anymore. Because I know I didn't mean you no harm. Well, who cares what you have to say about it? Like, and then what gets me is the people that have actually offended y'all and done you something for real. You sit up and smile in their face, shake their hand, still call them by their honorary title in the so-called family and everything. But somebody who's been trying to stay out your motherfucking lane, you don't have no respect for. That lets me know y'all family, we not. I don't feel the same way you feel. I'm not interested in the same things you're interested in. And how I know you're not interested in me, you haven't given support and nothing I've done for the most part. And then y'all feel like y'all have the rights over how somebody want to spend their time or their holidays or birthdays. It's just the most peculiar thing. I know I'm not the only one on the planet and goes through shit like that, but it's weird. But I'm not really even mad at y'all anymore. It's just like, stop. If you don't, I'm just waiting on that which will stop you. You may think nothing of me. Thank God I'm not looking to you to think so. I would have never thought anything to myself to ever do anything. Because some of y'all have said some really fucked up shit and get mad at me saying 2 sentences. It's really funny. Not funny. But anyway, that's how y'all have chosen to handle me, be around me. I don't have anything for y'all because you know what you've been doing. Like, there's nothing to say. You don't have to worry about me wanting to say anything. I just done had certain things on my chest, so I'm using what I have to speak it out into the world. Maybe you'll see this, maybe you don't, but at least I said my piece concerning it. And it doesn't involve picking up a phone, talking to you, because I don't want to. I think everybody should respect people's right to not speak to who they don't want to speak to. You know, everybody's experiences in life doesn't cause them to want to do that, and it doesn't make me without. It just makes me me. It's like you, and everybody out here is not having this experience where they have really good family members, and that's great. You know, that gives people hope that don't necessarily have that type of, you know, those type of connections. And thank you to the people that show forth that. And thank you to the people that also show forth that they don't, you know, or that they have a mixture. Some people have a mixture, they have some. And for anybody that I'm supposed to speak to again in life, like truly, like you on my divine path, I'm not worried about it. Because it's going to happen when the time is right. Because maybe it was other things that was keeping you and I apart. And that's very slim, and I actually have one person in mind when it comes to that. So please don't think I'm thinking of people. It's one person that I love. I'm not even really sure about, you know. She has always been the person I kind of gravitated towards, and I think a lot of times we misunderstood each other, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is that, and maybe it's not. So, but God knows who that person is family-wise in my heart, and whether or not we are ever meant to meet again. But I always think that they're very talented, do whatever they want to do in this life. And I've always said how beautiful you are if you know who I'm talking to. If you happen to see this and it resonates with you. But other than that, one individual that's an actual grown person with children, and of these people that I really don't want to associate with. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say about that too. Peace.